Hello my friends, Otodil here, and today I'm going to tell you all about my new camera over here. This is the GH6 from Panasonic Lumix GH6. I've been using the Lumix family for around 5 years, and I've had some experiences with the GH6 that I really want to tell you guys about. I'm actually recording this on a G85, and I have the GH5S laying around over here in my office, so I'm really familiar with whatever Panasonic is doing on the Micro Four Thirds ecosystem, and just take a look at the camera because that's like the biggest thing today. And as you can see right now, that's the GH6 body. I also have the 10 to 25 millimeter Panasonic lens, which I love. One of the best lenses I've ever used, really fast. It's a 1.7 lens. And I have also this filter here, which I will review on a different video. So if you're watching this, definitely check out the channel if you're interested in my review for this filter. And you're gonna get in the box the charger, you're gonna get a time code cable over here, and you're gonna get the adapters you need to charge up the camera, the manual, and that's about it. This is the box, and that's everything that you're gonna get. Let's talk about what new features we have in terms of the actual camera structure on the GH6 in comparison to what we saw with the 5. So first of all, we have a new record button over here. That's actually very useful for people like me who record themselves, because sometimes I have the camera on a tripod and I want to record myself. I just press on this button here on the front and I actually start recording. I don't have to reach this area, which is very hard to get sometimes. We still have obviously the shutter button, and we also have the record button here on the top. On the back of the camera, we'll see that we have the new screen system or monitor system. We can actually turn this out and then change its positions, change its angle into a way where we could see ourselves, which is great for people like me who are recording themselves. So as you can see, that's the monitor, and I actually can swivel that around all the way, and I also can change the angle. So it's a new feature. We didn't have the option to change the angle over here, and as you can see, there's an opening. Once you do that, there's the plastic mechanism holding it over here, and then you can open the monitor and then open up the monitor also again and swivel it around. So really probably the best monitor for the capturing myself that I've ever seen. In terms of connectivity, here on the sides you can see all the different plugs. We have a full-size HDMI, which is awesome. We have also a USB-C plug for charging up. It's a power delivery plug. You can also connect external storage to it, and we have an headphone jack for audio monitoring over here and the microphone jack over here. And I'm going to tell you all about my experiences in a moment. I just want to show you the basics. That's the microphone. It's on the top, so it's not going to disturb anything. Once you connect this, the monitor is still very clear, and it's not really going to mess with your microphone jack. So Panasonic really thought about everything here. On the other side, we have the CF Express card and the SD card slots. So there are 2 slots over here. I actually have CF Express inserted and I don't have an SD card. You will be limited in the speeds of the SD card if you are doing dual recording with this, because the CF Express can also record in very high frame rates and very high resolutions. We are talking about 5.7K, 30 frames per second, or actually recording in 4K 120. So that's really high frame rate, high bitrate recording, which you will be able to do using the CF Express Type B card. On the back, we see that we have the usual buttons we would expect from a Panasonic camera. I think Panasonic has the best layout when it comes to specifically buttons and placement of buttons. We have the joystick here on the top, which I love. I use on all of Panasonic cameras. And we have the lock screen over here. That's the switch. The slideshow over here, or actually previewing your photos button over here. So sorry for my English if I make mistakes, because I am doing this in multiple languages. The focus mode change, and we have this toggle wheel over here, which is amazing, and the quick menu, which is awesome. Changes everything that you would want to change with your recording. So for example, if I press on quick menu, I can easily switch between modes wherever I am. And then usually what I do is just I save this into a custom mode. So a C1, C2, C3, C4. We have 4 options over here, and it's amazing because once you switch to that, you quickly go into the settings that you had when you were actually setting that up. So you have very you can easily set up your camera to your specific needs. I'm also going to show you some pictures and photos that I took during this week just by using the GH6 over a couple of events where I was actually enjoying how amazing the stability on this camera is, and the IS is actually one of the biggest features that you're gonna get with this camera. Panasonic has reached a new level, for me at least, when it comes to the stability of recording. And I'm a video guy, as you can see. I just really wanted to get this video up and tell you all about my experiences as quickly as I can. And the IS just got everything extremely stable, as if I was holding a gimbal when recording. Now this camera, this is not a specs video. You could easily just go to a specs sheet page and just see the different resolutions and bit rates that you could capture. But this camera is a beast. It has unlimited recording as long as you can get it with the battery life needed for that. And it can record up to 5.7K ProRes 422 HQ, 24 or 30p. It also can reach a bitrate of up to 2000 megabits per second, which is way too much. I mean, it's too much for me, that's for sure. But if you need the details and you need your high bitrate for whatever important event that you're recording, you're gonna have the option to do that. Like always, there's a pricing thing here. This is gonna cost a bit more than what I paid for my original G85 camera, but I'm gonna put links and updated pricing in the video description down below, so you can check out how much it costs right now. But I do believe that with the stability, the new stability options, and the new dynamic range boost feature on it, this is the best micro four thirds camera I've ever used, and I'm a micro four thirds user probably for life because I'm still using it. I have a ton of lens. I just love the ecosystem. So dynamic boost, basically, as you can see in the videos right now, it gets you a lot more dynamic range. You turn it on via the menus, and then you can easily get more dynamic range in your video. It's just amazing. There's more details on the highlights, more details on the shadows, and that's exactly what the micro four thirds ecosystem needed. It needed these details that you kind of lose when you switch to a smaller sensor, and now you get it with just the press of a button. Just make sure that when you turn that on, you do have some effects in regards to how the camera actually captures video. You can go up to 4K 60 and you will not be able to go to 4K 120. And also your ISO jumps, your minimum level ISO jumps to a higher minimum and not the default low one, which is probably something that you can deal with as long as you understand that's what's happening when you turn that feature off or on. So during this review, I showed you some photos and some of my videos that I captured. And I think that the new menu system that Panasonic basically introduced with the GH6 is amazing. It has more subcategories, it's easier to navigate, and I think it's basically letting you see more of all the different options that they introduced with this camera. And I really like the change that they've done. It seems like I mentioned before, Panasonic is really looking into expanding the micro four thirds ecosystem. They're doing that with great lens like this one, and now we have a great body to match it. So obviously it's the best camera that I've used up until now from that system. I definitely recommend you guys to check it out. There are two things you should take note of. The first one is it's heavier. It's heavier than all of the micro four thirds bodies that I've held. You also have a built-in fan, as you can see right here, so it kind of feels bulkier, but it feels like a real camera. When you hand it over to somebody, he will feel like he's holding a real camera. And this specific lens is also kind of hefty, so these two together are gonna be a bit hard for vlogging. I would probably choose the 8 to 18 lens if you are doing recording or video for yourself. I personally think this is gonna be like the best tool for a micro four thirds video recorder. When you look at all the different options Panasonic has released, like ever, for people who use their cameras to take videos of themselves like I do. So I hope you enjoyed this quick review of the Panasonic GH6. It's not a deeply technical one. I'm sure you can find all the technical details for this camera. I just want to tell you about my experiences with it, just show you my photos and videos so you can see for yourself what a real world guy who uses a camera actually can tell you about it. And I'm going to put more information on the video description. I promise. There's going to be another review for this filter, so definitely subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. If you want to see that video, it's going to be over here, the button. Another 2 reviews over here on my side and another one over here. Thank you very much for watching. I was Rotodil. I'll see you on my next video. Bye bye.